it's Super Sue, workout 2. Starting off with the banded row. Now muscles that we're trying to work here are in the back, here, the upper back specifically. So one thing that everyone struggles with pretty much if they haven't done like rowing movements before is trying to take the tension in the back, and specifically like the shoulder blades squeezing together. Now as you can see, I've set that band so it's slightly higher than chest height, so it's almost kind of like maybe just below eye level, and the idea of that is to kind of encourage that pulling down movement. Now there's a trade-off with that, because if you're pulling down, what can happen is like that one there, the elbow goes too far back and the shoulder rolls forward. So you're kind of trying to stop that. You're trying to almost stop that band or stop the elbows in level with the sides. So hence why like kind of Sue shrugging her shoulders back there, it's trying to set them shoulders back so they don't end up kind of pointing forward. It's a simple looking exercise, but it's one that gets absolutely butchered time and time again. And then once I get someone able to retract their shoulder blades and feed it in the back, then you can start making that progression onto like seated rows or other kind of pulling movements. And sometimes the band is almost too easy, there's not quite enough tension there, so sometimes if you get someone on the seated row, that might actually help, because you can put a bit more weight through there and they can feel it a bit more in those powerful back muscles. Something else to consider when you're using a band, there's obviously kind of varied tension, so you can end up getting pulled forward. So sticking a little bend in the knees definitely doesn't hurt, like Sue's kind of nailed that here. It just keeps the torso in one place. Just kind of stops you from swaying around. Exercise number 2, we're going to move on to the static lunge. So this recording here is all done on one leg, so yeah, just be aware to do both sides, otherwise you walk out the gym in circles. I love this one because not only are you working the muscles in the legs to lift yourself up, you're also getting a nice stretch in that hip in the bottom position, because that's kind of like a hip flexor stretch. And it's one of those ones that again falls in the category of like looks fairly straightforward but actually quite tricky, especially if you haven't done it before, like, and you've got tight hips. Again, a lot of people have kind of tight hip flexors, so sticking them in this position can be a bit uncomfortable, and you are relying a little bit on balance as well. But Sue kind of pretty much nailed these. Come to a stop at the bottom, brace the core, straight up. And the first kind of set we did, it was a little bit more jerky than this, and Sue's body kind of torso was leaning forward a bit, whereas this set here, okay, yeah, a little wobble there, but pretty much bang on. Solid static lunge, Sue Sturgeon, proud of that one. You can stick a mat or a cushion under your knee. Again, something you can do at home. You need zero equipment for that, maybe a little bit of padding under the knee so you're not smashing into the ground, but it's something that you can do, something that everyone can do, and I would encourage.